Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Channeling J.T. podcast. My name is Serena Baptista, and I am here with my beautiful son, J.T. He, of course, is in spirit and knows so much more than we do about all the things that are happening right now. So I always love to check in with him to see what the hell, right? What the hell is going on here? What do we need to do to find center again, to find what we need to be doing here? And so he is always there to answer my questions, and he's there to answer your questions as well. So my question to JT, my first question anyway, is what's the lesson here? And in receiving from JT in this moment, he says the lesson is to find purity and heart and soul, whatever that means to you. The lesson is to find yourself, not based upon others, not based upon your environment or what you are told. The lesson is to find divineness and to understand wholeness is already within you. There are many being challenged in this moment based upon triggers. Let's talk about triggers. Triggers are an energetic charge, and they force you to look at a situation and react or respond in a certain way based upon the previous trigger. So if you feel like you are being triggered right now, guess what? JT says you are. You are purposely being triggered so that you can heal all that is being activated right now around you. This triggering is a mechanism to shift you out of the ordinary and shift you out of what you believe to be true. Because honestly, what you see is an illusion. The illusion is all around. Believe yourself, believe your trueness, do not believe the illusion. The illusion may lead you down a path where you finally get there and you say, what am I doing here? How did I get here? And how in the heck do I get out of here? It's not necessary to follow the illusion. You can follow who you are and your soul's journey. The soul is who is guiding this for you. Touching your soul will allow you to assist yourself in getting out of the triggering mechanism. We all know from where we are in this etheric space that it looks difficult right now on your planet. We invite you to look at it from our perspective. We invite you to look at it from your soul's perspective, because all is well and all is in the plan. But what your plan is not what your neighbor's plan is. So stop comparing yourself to your neighbor. Stop comparing yourself to anyone, because this is all about you. So let's talk about the triggers again. You are being triggered right now. And what is your response to the trigger? Is it fear? Is it indignation? Is it judgment? Or is it light, love, acceptance? We ask that you look at how you are responding to the current situation and make adjustments, because the lesson is to figure out who you are and what your soul needs in this experience, and not to judge others about their experience, because you have no understanding of who they are, what their previous triggers have been, and what their lessons are. We know that this is hard because there is absolute division in your world today. But again, this is an illusion. Do not fall for the illusion of division. We are all one still. And in the spiritual space, the etheric space where I reside, your loved ones reside, your helpers reside, we are all still one and need to act as one. In that moment, JT stopped talking, which usually means I need to ask another question. So, my next question is, how would you suggest someone come to terms with what is happening around them right now if they don't agree with what is happening? What do they do about that? This is all about you and your responses and your mirroring. So remember, you are mirroring for others and others are mirroring for you. If you are triggered by someone else's behavior, look to yourself to see what in your past, whether it is this incarnation, other incarnations, other lessons, other lifetimes, what is it that you need to learn here? And what is it that you need to do? What is being triggered again? Because in that answer, you will find that you may not need to do a thing, that everything is just as it needs to be. Or you may find that you do need to change course, that you need to shift out of gear, that you need to separate yourself from others who are in a different space than you. All is well. And remember the illusion. Again, looking inward instead of outward is the key to surviving this. And let's talk about surviving for a moment, because you know, just as I know, that those who have left the planet have done so because they needed to go. It does not matter the method by which they left. They are here with me, just as I left from a virus. Others are leaving from a virus. Don't blame the virus, because that is not the true cause. The true cause is the lesson and the contract and the exit that that person chose. Remember the illusion. You are in the illusion. Don't mistake this for reality, because your reality changes and shifts with every thought that you think, with every word that you speak. Reality is not concrete. Reality is not absolute. You can change your reality at any moment, but I digress. The truth here is that you want answers, and what we say is, you have the answers. Access them now and believe that you are one with us, one with all, and that the answers are within you already, because they are. We are connected, and because of that connection, which can never be severed, you have access to the information that I have access to. Use it and stop believing the illusion. So I feel that from what JT is saying, and he gave us a lot of information there, so I'm going to kind of separate some of that stuff out and talk about it, because some of that which he talked about, he's talked with me before, and keeping me in check on my thoughts, keeping me in check on where am I putting my energy. And even though the entire world's energy is in one place here, one area, it does not mean that we need to be there too. The use of our energy and the function of our energy does not require us to do that. But you might say, well, how the heck do I do that and still live on planet Earth? Make up your mind, first of all. Make up your mind on what you believe to be true. And remember JT's words about the illusion. He has told me that numerous times when I get caught up in the mess, just the absolute mess of where we are right now. And he says, there is no mess. All is well. All is as it needs to be. So given that, I choose to be one and not be divided, not be put into boxes, not be told that I am less than, or that others are less than because of choices, or that others are less than because they chose differently than the norm. It is an illusion, and I invite you to look into your own illusions and your own triggers, because we are being triggered. There's a lot of fear triggering going on. There's a lot of worthiness triggering, and all of it is junk. It doesn't matter. What matters is our soul's journey and what we do here. That is the bottom line. So figure that out. Figure out what it is that you're supposed to do here. Figure out what it is that you really hold in your heart. And remember that the outer world might be reflecting something back to you that is only an illusion and is not true for you. And it's okay that it is, because it's part of the lesson. Part of the lesson is to be discerning, in what we are believing and in what we are being told, what we are bringing in as our own truth. I do believe there are many truths, and what's true for one person might not be true for another person, and that it's okay. We can coexist. We can coexist here and have differences of ideas and belief systems. That's why we created Earth to begin with, is to have that diversity. So why is that diversity being taken away? Or why is that diversity having the illusion of being taken away? Because remember, that is part of the illusion as well. So create your own reality, your own belief, but make sure that you're doing it from your soul's perspective, not from 3D land, because 3D land is the illusion. And of course, if you need any help with this from JT, from where he is, we have sessions called Channeling JT sessions, which are wonderful to get clarification on issues like this. I thank you so much for listening to our Channeling JT podcast, and I hope to catch you next time. Have a beautiful day.